There you
Due to the influx of eldritch energy around him, his vam- his vampire disease ridden arm starts to flare up. His veins on his left arm start darkening from around his neck, his neck, going down his collarbone to his fingertips on his left arm. His veins growing darker as he begins the seizure. For every time he comes near eldritch energy of that potency, the disease starts to take over his body. It's been subdued in the past since Willow found him, and she's been doing her best to keep it at bay. But his beast is trying to come to the surface as his left hand begins to manifest into its werejackal form. And he just begins gripping on either side of the makeshift cot, tearing his claws, tearing straight through it with on his left hand. Madam DM, take the wheel.
I, for one, would end up saying this for the first time. You'll end up having to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And again, this is going to depend if you end up waking up as yourself or that werejackal side of you.
I need to get my computer, but I will try to do this on my phone.
You can build a roll off on your phone, but if you want, I can build a roll off for you.
This wisdom saving throw is not going to be in my favor.
Okay.
No, I'm just stating. Just let me get to the character, because my character's wisdom is not overly high. Hey, y'all, Warlock here.
Yeah.
Alasdair, where are you, buddy? You sexy piece of weird jackal, you. That is a 16. I'm one over the saving throw. Because I need a 15 to keep my sanity on the werejackal. So, Madam DM, take me to church.
As in your mind, in your point of view, you feel like your mind is like being ripped at. That sense of an urge to be free, to run, to tear, to go after the very thing that has caused you this pain. But all of that ended up subsiding as, while you're still unconscious, you feel a familiar presence right beside you, and you feel a furred hand that is being placed on your werejackal hand before the fangs and the affliction that you're trying to fight off, even though you're not aware of it, slowly starts to fade as you do wake up and you're as yourself, and you kind of just squint your eyes for a bit, kind of just blinking once or twice, maybe more, due to the very bright light that's overhanging above you. Is you're thankfully you didn't end up making that save, because that save was determining whether or not you did end up losing control of yourself. Just to point it out to anybody who's listening. But again, with that 16 save, you did succeed in being able to wake back up as yourself. So, and yeah, as you're kind of just slowly starting to wake up a bit more, you do look towards your side, towards your left side, since you're still laying down, is Aaron dressed up in that familiar attire of what he once wore when you guys did work together at one point, when he came out hunting down a vampire at one point. He's currently wearing these black baggy pants, but he's wearing these army black steel boots, and he's wearing this black leather vest that has white fur overhanging his shoulders and kind of looping around his neck, and he has his hair down. As he does end up staying put, but you can kind of tell that he's partially transformed due to his hands being both covered in this white, silverish gray fur, and his eyes are a bit more of that more golden hue of that of a wolf's iris. But when it comes down to it, he's still calm. But you do kind of tell that he was worried for a second. So. Yeah. You're currently awake, and you have Aaron Thornton pretty much sitting down beside you, since you're currently laying down.
Waking up to this particular sight, Alasdair, his lip curls over his teeth when they baring them. These are not the werejackal teeth that Aaron is used to seeing when Alasdair gets upset. They're a lot thinner, sharper looking. As warm green eyes. Instead of flashing gold in their semi-transformed state, they're flashing red. And and Alasdair gives us a low hiss. Something that's not too uncommon when he gets mad. But it would be normal. But it'd normally be a low rumbling growl, not his teeth extending, just on the top of his mouth. There'd be 4 canine fangs. That would be blunt at the tips, thicker. The pain in his arm still throbbing, with the veins getting darker.
Calm yourself. I know you can fight this. I can tell them that you know, but when it comes down to this, you need to learn to let go.
Yeah, you let go. When a fucking Eldritch Bane knocks you flat on your fucking face. The fucker looked like me. You don't see jackals out the fucking blue every day. They're not one with that kind of a power. You don't get that kind of power unless you make a pact of sorts. Trust me. There's only 5 of my pack remaining. You don't go around seeing werewolves, werejackals, werebears, or the sorts around here very often. We normally come from a family. So, and we're all required to register by state law and stay out of sight. You know exactly what we need to go through.
Then am I having an argument about that? But I'm not. But as of right now, you need to calm down, because that will only get worse if the Phantom would end up reacting again. You know this. Try to talk to me about it. And if you do, we can try to make some sense of what happened. I wasn't there, but
Well, Rachel was stalking around in the woods outside on the outskirts of town, not too far from here. He went running, smelled familiar, and I ran after him. Just as he was turning around, just right behind him, I shifted back into my human form. The fucker turned, and all I remember after that is hearing the word grandson. And then it all went black.
I will be honest, especially since this is the first time me hearing this. I'll be honest about that, Alasdair. Just I'll try to see what I can try to find when it comes on to this person that you end up describing, but it's gonna
And
take a while.
you would. This is one thing you'll never be able to figure out. I don't have any surviving family. And none of my pack looked like that. We haven't acted like that for many generations. Alasdair would bite out, trying to reason with himself. And he sits up and tries to get up to head to his side of the building, his office, as he stumbles around looking for his syringe of holy water.
Aaron would end up immediately stand up, and he'll end up helping you move around for a bit, even despite the fact that due to your shitty mood as it is, he's still gonna end up staying put where he is, which did end up making it easier for you to be able to move to your part of the building. Where in your office, you do end up going back to your desk and you open a drawer that contains most of the syringes for emergencies in a case like this.
Taking one out of the desk and ripping open an alcohol wipe to clean off a bit of his neck. He'd plunge a syringe into it and inject himself. The syringe falls onto the top of the desk as Alasdair begins to howl and scream in pain, writhing and
Mm,
writhing in pure agony. How much damage would this be?
Um. So the again, depending on what type of dice you end up picking, it's up to your choice. But when it comes down to something like this, it'll
I'll
most
do
likely.
I'll
What?
do 1d8 on this.
1d? Okay.
That is 2 damage.
Yeah. Not very bad, but it did kind of sting. But, yeah, yeah, you do take 2 damage, but as you do feel the stinging pain for a quick moment, for about 5 seconds before the dark veins slowly start to go away a bit more, before if your arms just goes back to normal, including your neck as well, as Aaron would end up holding you up a bit just to help you stand and can just help you recover for a bit. Um, Again, he's not saying anything. He is still holding on to you, but you can kind of tell that he was like, in some way, even if he's quiet, he is worried in some sense.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll end up kind of just speak up for a bit in a slow, mumbling tone. Are you alright?
Seen better days. No. What is all this about?
Hmm?
Were you actually worried? Share, you know, not to get that way. This happens from time to time.
I know that, just get up at most of the time.
And this is why we don't work together anymore.
Yet you say that right there, I end up marking you myself.
Well, this just means we're not allowed to work with each other even further. We keep it professional when the sun's up. Who the hell am I fooling?
Look, to be honest with you, the whole townsfolk, Paratory is on the same agreement with Willow in this case, because they most likely would end up saying, but if we told you to get a room, we've been trying to get you all two of you together. It doesn't matter if you end up having a professional outlook or whatnot. We'll still end up saying we told you so. They'll end up saying that.
Why wouldn't they? It's always this, that, or the other thing. And frankly, ugh. Why do we live with a bunch of antagonistic morons? Shit, even that private investigator is having a better time with the little brat.
To be quite honest with you, I wanted to punch him in the face again, but
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of time for that. He wants to figure out all these missing persons reports. Like you and I haven't done our due diligence to find them ourselves. And that little fucking reporter is going to be getting what's coming to her too. She doesn't know how we handle things around here. And it could end up being both their own doings. Now, what would you like to do? I don't see. I don't. I should get on the report about this through Widow.
I have already taken care of that since you were unconscious. That report has been sent to your house. Plus, roll a insight check with an advantage. Because you have known him longer than anybody.
That's a 16.
Oh yeah, you end up seeing the body language that he's giving off and the slight tone does end up giving the slight hint of something else that he's not saying.
Hey, with it, I've known you for well over 15 years. Out with it. Come on.
I have asked Willow to have somebody else take the sheriff job.
Oh,
I'm not quite cut out for it.
it was your father's position, not yours. You're
I,
a good, you are a good officer, but you weren't. This was never your intentions.
no. I prefer to be out there. It's more natural that way. I did miss those moments of hunting.
So, you're going to go back to being at my side then. Or was it just because you claimed me?
No. To give you a bit of a confession, I did end up quite a bit of fond of you.
Obviously.
Yes. But it has been funny that I can't really date a single woman, yet end up landing a fine hunter.
You've always been the one for controversy. I mean, the entire female were population's been throwing themselves out at you for years now.
Then I always end up denying them.
And I was half surprised when you were telling me to go out on that date with you for the last 2 years.
Because I've been trying to get you to fully understand that it is a good thing to at least once in a while to try something different. Heck, I was trying to be a gentleman, but you know what happened.
Well, I came in at the wrong time at the wrong place.
Or,
And I had to see it firsthand. So,
and
can you do what can you do?
I've been feeling that Little was calculating that.
You know your rotting cycle ends on the full moon. Mine starts on the full moon. It was just a matter of time before this would happen. Because I'm quite used to avoiding you around this time of month.
I know that.
Now, has there been any other elder sightings? That have come in?
No, I've been trying to get any report on that as of right now, but haven't got anything back about that. I did personally went out to do it myself.
Just this no way this thing has gotten away is out of just is out is away just yet. As holds his hand out and ice and flame wrap themselves across tattoos on his left arm, setting out this. You can feel this entity from earlier still around.
You roll a religion check.
Religion. This is the first time I've ever had +2 to religion. Nope, that is a 9.
It's fine, but it just does show how long you end up having to wait. As you sit there and try to just see if you could sense a presence or this burst of energy. It did take you about 10 minutes for a bit before you do end up getting that slight hint of that presence nearby. But it's not quite enough to where which direction it is. So,
It's Aaron. It had the same exact same two elements dancing around it, summoning his firearm and flipping it handle first in Aaron's direction. Exact same elements. That's not a coincidence.
So what is it that you're trying to say then?
It's same grandson, same elements. I don't like where this is going, but I don't even know who I made that pact with all those years ago. They've never come. I've never heard any of those demands you hear so much within the whispers of our of our bar. That warlocks, witch doctors, voodoo priests, and the like pay a price for their power. And deals unspoken struck, the price being paid. I haven't paid anything yet.
Aaron kind of just wrap up his arms around, just kind of crossing them over his elbow. Just kind of just stands there, kind of just thinking for a moment before he'll end up speaking in a soft but gentle tone for a little bit. As he will end up looking back up at Alasdair. I might know of someone, but I will try to see if they can be able to come over by tomorrow.
That's reassuring.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just all of this is just wearing on me.
You can talk about it.
Well, I'm annoyed about outsiders just thinking they can step all over us.
Well,
Personally, I would love to put a few bullets in that reporter. Will you dismember that blue shit of a man?
Aston, you know that Nano does not want outsiders being killed. You know that.
No, they don't know the struggles that we're going through.
I know
Our
that.
loved ones, our loved ones, and that they just come and then they can just leave whenever. They don't even realize it's just like it's a it's just a fucking game to them, isn't it? This is our lives, our people.
There's a way to get a little frustration vented out. If you want to hear it out.
You hate me.
I didn't gain the permission from Willow to host a little. I'm pretty sure you do remember the times where you did end up asking to do a wrestle match to try to win a couple bucks against me.
I was desperate. to touch you. That was it back then. And you know I can't compete with you in a fist fight.
Oh, is that the reason why you were trying to grab my ass?
That is neither nor here or nor there.
I enjoyed it, though.
I bet you did. Not only did you enjoy it, but your little soldier enjoyed it too. I was the only one armed with a pistol that day.
Oh. That's when I say it, but... So... She did end up saying to... Go ahead and do it. But... It's gonna be funny that I'm gonna be utilizing that one... training ground. Again.
So, you disinvited every one of them just so you could humiliate yourself once more, huh?
No, think of it as a gift to you.
And I've got 3 words for you. Bring it, bitch.
Don't end up being the bird.
What?
I was going along with it. Just. Yeah, Seth, don't do that again.
Sorry about the voice.
No, it's fine.
Please tell me you like the voice.
I do.
Good, because I had to adjust it so I didn't do the same thing that Dyer was doing to you.
It's fine.
Because I quite could, literally could. But moving on.
I would like to see you try. That's one thing. But again, you might get lucky this time.
It was never about the luck. Now listen, let's double the stakes.
Oh, this is again. Sure. Alright.
I'll give you what you I'll give you what you're really asking for. 100% your call, and I won't argue with you again about it. And we'll announce it officially. I win, not a damn word to anyone. About what happened here today, about me fainting, I don't do damsel distress very well. But I will heal to your pack. If you somehow manage to win. Deal? He holds his hand out.
Aaron would end up gently grabbing his hand. That'll do a bad deal.
And Alasdair would confirm time and place with Aaron and walk out, huffing. In other words, Aaron's got Alasdair right where he wants him.
Hey, before you go.
What?
Aaron's gonna throw you, a wrapped up parchment package. with your name on it.
Alasdair catches it, and as he turns away, he opens it slowly as he heads towards his apartment or to his room that he's renting out. Okay, DM.
What?
I was gonna say, I said, okay, DM. Detail me.
As you open this package, the wrapped up parchment paper, and as you rip it open, you hold a well carved and well kept stained mahogany box.
Okay.
And you do actually recognize this as Aaron's box. When it, as you end up looking at this box, it does take you back to the memory where you and Aaron first met as kids. When you guys got, well, when you end up being taken in. And you would end up kind of chuckle to yourself for a little bit, as you do remember Aaron giving you this box, kind of just telling you to use it when it comes down to keeping notes or anything personal in what you want to be kept safe. But you did end up reluctantly decline and gave it back to him. For that memory flashes back to the current present moment where you're heading back to your apartment with this box in hand.
Open it up.
What?
The thing again. Oh, is Alistair begins talking. Oh, for the love of. And he opens the box up.
But your chest would kind of flutter a bit as you kind of just stop in your tracks, as you did end up making quite a distance, since you're now standing right in front of your apartment building where you are currently renting your room. It is a very well kept, detailed pistol with the wooden handle of jackal heads on both sides of the handle itself, carved out with this carefully detailed layout of this mahogany pistol handle and a little chain that is hanging off it with a jackal tooth. Pretty small, but it has a initial of your letter on it. And you do end up looking back at inside the box. There's a container of holy water bullets. But when it comes onto the barrel of this gun, it is very well cleaned. And again, with the details of the pistol handle, it did slowly carry out to the barrel of the gun. And you would end up seeing like jackal paws kind of encircling around the barrel before it meets up at the very end of it. And you do end up seeing a note in the box as well, and that is right next to the container of the bullets. From shortly reads with, I end up making this weapon for you since you do sometimes forget about your birthday. But happy birthday, Alasdair. From A.
Sneaky son of a bitch. No, I do think I owe him. Maybe I'll go easy on him tonight. And with a few moments of concentrating, his other pistol comes back. But it's just bare, not glowing with its usual elements of fire and ice.
Mm.
But it just looks sad and pathetic. Feeling. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
And he puts his left hand onto the pistol again, onto the jackal pistol, as it begins to light up. So, whatever the hell you are, your judge being, you like this one more than the other one?
I'm gonna roll a 1d100. That popped out my dice tray. With a 85. The gun that you end up holding as of now slightly starts to glow that more bright, vibrant color of fire and ice. But you're getting that warm but affirmative, welcoming feeling from it.
So the dude brought this weapon. You know, you could have just asked for an upgrade.
You do not get a response. But again, the pistol still gives off that warmth feeling.
He takes the gun up into his hand finally, waves it around. It is it's in it's exaggerated a bit now that the Eldridge hatred modified it slightly. Didn't warp any of the detailing on it, but just made it to where it fit Alistair's hand perfectly.
You're
While
correct about that.
infusing its Eldritch power into it. The Eldritch being itself picked the hex weapon for Alasdair.
Mm-hmm.
But Alasdair would sit there and look at it for a few and just look at it for a few minutes. Just what the fuck? Seems like everything happening today is just completely telling him to fuck off and sit down. Normally he's such a control freak with his life, but every little bit of control has shattered in just a matter of literal hours. And then I need to get ready for potentially could be the biggest day of my life, or absolutely worst. Aaron, you son of a bitch. If I didn't care about you, I'd put a silver bullet in the ass cheek of yours a long time ago. Stupid, sexy motherfucker. And with that, he would just wait out the clock, feeling antsy about his potential demise.
So, where are you currently waiting at? Just
He's in it.
his apartment?
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll a die here. If you're lucky, but you are lucky, you sit there in your apartment and
What die do you want me to roll?
just a 1d4. And I rolled a 1, so
I rolled a 3.
3. Yeah, you was. Yeah, you wait for about 3 hours. You didn't make sure to ahead wash up or make something to eat for yourself for a bit. But as you go to head back to sit down for a bit, you hear a slight knock on your door.
Alasdair moves to go answer it. It's like putting the chain latch up first before he opens it slightly. Hello?
You would end up seeing Aaron kind of just leaning off against the side, but he does seem to be kind of looking about to see if anybody's looking in this direction or not.
What do you want?
You
I thought you
forgot.
No, I didn't.
He'll hold up your keys for your desk.
Alasdair shut the door, unlock, and undo the lock before opening it again, taking the keys gingerly from Aaron's hand. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wasn't trying to interrupt anything.
What?
Hmm?
You want interrupting? I figured the moment I saw you, the oh shit went through my head that you were coming after me early. You're just mad because we still have to wear the bare minimum for this. Unlike the old days, where the loser would just have to accept the defeat and be taken home, paraded through town in the buff. Thank goodness laws like that are in place now.
I did end up getting hold of my contacts about helping out with the thing that you ended up describing. So they'll be coming in tomorrow.
Hey, goody. Wonderful.
Well, I think for you to at least not be frustrated about. I prefer to see a smile on your face, that's for sure.
Keep in mind, the old gun is still in Alistair's hand. It is dinged up, beat up, everything.
seem to be playing with that old thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure, if he was to fire it in the state, it would just backfire.
I'm sure that's a very safeful item to use anymore. Because that does seem like that might backfire on you.
Alasdair puts the safety on and sets it down into its old holes onto the coffee table. And he immediately, not even looking at at Aaron, summons the, the new jackal pistol. It points it directly at Aaron's face. You'd be surprised. I didn't choose to move. The magics are one to the other. It was done for me. So you tell me.
Yeah, you're awfully bold with pointing guns at people. Including me.
You're the only son of a bitch that gets to walk away if I point one at him.
Okay, you
And
might end up wanting to repeat that again.
okay, you're the only lucky son of a bitch who's allowed to walk away if I point one at him. But for you, I don't shoot to kill. Hell, I don't even think I could kill you if I wanted to. My fucking heart wouldn't allow it, now would it?
I wouldn't have remind you that one day that I did let you win at one point.
Oh, let me win, huh? You can't put. We only got about an hour before we need to meet up, anyways. So you really want to put it to the test? What you're going to say? The next thing you're going to say, attire speedo, and we're going to be shifted.
No, I prefer not to learn.
Okay then.
The reason why I said that because a smile does look good on you.
Mm-hmm. You, it's good on you.
Let me guess, you're gonna end up shooting a silver bullet into my ass cheek.
No. I'm still smiling about that pelican shitting on your wolf out the other day.
Oh, for nothing. Just still going after that. It took how many times to just wash in the bio water just because the fact that the washer was not working on that day? Like, my goodness gracious, Alasdair. Just, you, you do seem to just love to say something about when their piece of clothing gets shitted on by a pigeon, for fuck's sake.
And the one who loves trying to get me to blush every time you get the chance.
It was worth a shot.
Yes. And so was me shooting my gun at the fucking pelican. The shit on you. So, I guess we're even then now, huh? May the best man win tonight.
That's what he wanted. There should be a have in it. Again, may the best man win.
Newsflash: Alasdair loses so fucking bad.
Oh no, we're gonna do it right here, right now.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay. He's gonna be doing this fist to fist, so.
Okay.
So.
Pistol is unsummoned.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
are they in front of an audience now? Did they wait out that hour?
They did. But
Okay.
during that hour, though, you guys did end up having like a short, small conversation on a couple things. But again, that it's just short talk about like certain things that were need to be talked about to
Okay.
wait out the hour. So
Okay, let's go.
okay, well, you know the routine. We're gonna roll initiative, but who gets the highest will go first.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll. Ugh. Okay, what do you end up getting?
23.
You go first.
Alasdair is going to. This is completely human, right?
Yeah, play it in the human.
Okay. Unarmed. Hit.
Oh no, not really. This is the one thing I would end up mentioning as well, since you do see a couple of of fighting sticks, and the one thing that you do quite find it funny is that you see like a couple of training dummies on the side as well. So it is
Alasdair throw. Rolled a 19.
for what?
You just hit him.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that part. So yeah, you
It was
hit him.
19 to. Yep. 3 damage.
Oh yeah.
Bonus action.
Okay.
Uh, Alasdair is going to try to subtly cast Hex, doing a sleight of hand. That is a fail. Never mind. The Hex does hit, but he's not subtle about it as he thought he was.
How would you describe this little
Um,
mishap?
Alasdair's eyes flash into their wolf form, but behind the wolf form is the is the behind the wolf iris. I mean jackal iris. You see for the briefest of seconds the pentagram flash and twist into a three crescent moon symbol as fire and ice forms in his eyes before turning silver for the briefest of seconds. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. And that is Alasdair's turn.
Aaron can just see this happen as he'll still have his fist left, but he'll end up speeding up for like a brief moment. Are you getting a little sloppy?
Are you going to hit me once?
You may not like this, and with that, he's gonna end up making a bonus action to have a unarmed strike to sweep you off your feet. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You're gonna have to make a dex save. As he steps forward, he'll end up giving you this faint jab, but as he pulls it back close to him, just a brief moment, you end up seeing his leg kind of goes forward a little bit as it goes to sweep you off your legs.
That is a 24
Oh
on
yeah,
the save.
yeah. As he does hit you, as he does this, because he is putting strength into this, so you do get like 3 bludgeoning damage. You do stand your ground, as he does end up realizing what he ended up just doing, but he's gonna end up having a reaction to pretty much to dodge to the side before he ends up ending his turn off there, but he's gonna hold his main action for now.
The top of the round.
Yep.
And for Alasdair picks up. Will roll onto the grant roll on as he's landing. Would return the favor as he picked up one of the sticks and launches it at Alasdair. I mean, at
Aaron.
Eric.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a hit with the dagger then.
Yes.
Does a 13 hit?
No, unfortunately, it does not.
And with the bonus action, he's going to kick.
Oh. Okay. Roll for it.
He whiffs both times.
Yeah, but for when you end up throwing the. You said stick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking. As you throw the stick right at Aaron, he would end up stepping to his side, but as you end up going to hit him with your fist, he pretty much sidesteps away from you as he just pretty much comes up, standing right behind you. Not very close, but close enough where he might end up having a surprise hit on you.
Okay.
Which, this is his main action that he hold it up. Hui. That 5 is a miss. So he whiffed in that, but when it comes down to his bonus action, though, since he'll end up doing another unarmed strike, which is a 18.
That hits. My armor class
Yeah,
is 16.
yeah. As he goes to try to hit you from behind with his fist, pretty much try to hit you on the back of your neck, you did end up managing to dodge to the side. But as he pretty much go and stand up a bit, he pretty much does a background kick, hitting you on your hip side, kind of just getting you to back away, about like a couple 5 feet away from him. But you do suffer about like 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. I'm gonna hit.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
3 plus 1d6. As 6 damage. As and as he as Alasdair thrusts out with the palm of his hand, you see small eldritch ice spikes right and shatter on Aaron's chest, ripping Aaron's shirt open.
Okay.
And bonus action, we're going in for an elbow strike.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 12. Does that miss?
Yeah, that miss.
Okay. But he spins around. He's pretty at this point with the missed strike. Alasdair would spin around behind Alasdair, outside of Aaron's reach. Opportunity attack if you want.
Alright, let's see. Actually. Whoop, he whiffed it. It's a 12.
So, what HP are we stopping at?
What is
Knockout?
What is your HP currently?
26 out of 35.
It will be right around 10, where it'll be the knockout.
Okay.
But since you end up asking about that, if you end up being Aaron below that, there will be an additional reward prize.
Okay. Let's do this. Your turn.
Alright. Aaron's gonna end up kind of stepping in towards you, and he's gonna try to back kick. That's a whiff, but thankfully he has a bonus action to do another back kick. Or a round kick, basically. Does a 18 hit? For
Yes,
sure.
it does.
And so, let's roll the damage. 3 bludgeon damage.
To respond in kind. We're going to make a claw attack.
Oh.
That is a +8 to hit.
What?
That's a nat 1.
Oh. Actually, roll a 1d100.
That's a 61.
You got a 61?
Uh-huh. Shut up, Sass.
You, for one thing, were you going in with fist or a kick? I blanked out on that part.
He's using an unarmed claw attack.
Oh. As you go in with your claw, Aaron would almost kind of barely dodge from your claw, or so he thought, since your claw got caught on his shirt. And as you did end up manage to kind of just yank your claw off, but you somehow ripped off his shirt. with that strike, so he pretty much has a less AC now. So,
Bonus action, claw attack.
okay.
Does a 15.
That hits.
1d6 plus 5.
Okay. Roll for it.
That is 10 damage. As he balls up this clawed fist and just slams it into the now exposed abs.
Well, okay. Yeah. As you do that, he does let out a slight grunt, but Sass, don't even. As you do notice for a
There's more.
yeah.
Another 1d6
Okay, roll for it.
because of hex.
Gotcha.
That's another 5 damage.
Okay, so how are you gonna kick his ass?
Just let's cook for a bit. That he does that. Aaron Alasdair is going to take pity on him and take off his own shirt. And Alasdair will wink at him. If you can get my pants off, you still win.
Hi.
Okay?
You guys almost done?
Yeah, give us just a few more minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Like I said, if you can get Aaron, then get my pants off. I will admit defeat, okay?
That give me a little bit winded, but
You got cocky. And I do admit I might have went overboard. And I used the magic when I shouldn't have. But to give you two hits of free. Okay? So he's going to pass on his next turn.
I'm sure that was the right choice.
Let's do this.
Alright, because as he ended up saying that, you do see that familiar cocky fucking grin on his face. Before it just subsides where he has that normal kind of smirk. As both of his hands slowly start to cover it, both himself up in that familiar fur, and he has claws still dull.
I'm taking off Alasdair's armor
Oh,
because he took his shirt off. So you are legit facing him with a armor class of 15 right now. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to drop for this. I'm going to drop his armor class to 13
okay.
because he unshifted his arm as well now.
So, as this ability is a bit cocky to use, but he's gonna kind of go down a little. But as he makes it seem like he's gonna charge at you, but as soon as you're going about to like kind of hold your arms up a bit, you do look down and you see Aaron kind of just scooping up this dirt and throws it at your eyes, which I'll end up saying a dex save.
That's a 22.
Well, that was a feat, but yeah, as you see, Aaron can just throw this heap of dirt at your face, but you do manage to dodge your head to the side. But as you do that, though, you do see Aaron kind of just swinging his whole leg, going up for a upper knee hit towards your torso. As a main action of a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, because that's gonna be 4 bludgeoning damage.
Does he have any modifier to add to it?
Hmm?
Does he have a modifier to that?
He ended up getting a 2, and then another
Okay.
2 on there. So that's the reason I said 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So yes, he does have a modifier.
Okay. Does he have a multi-attack?
He's a monk.
Oh, shit! You're gonna flurry of blows me now, aren't you?
Oh yeah. But he's going to end up doing a bonus action to do Fury of Blows, which is 2 strikes. That's another 16.
Hit.
Okay, let's see. That is a 8 to bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
And this is the second strike here. A 15.
Just meets it.
Yep, and roll that die. That is a 7 bludgeoning damage.
How do you want to knock Alasdair on his ass with
Okay.
4 points remaining? How do those pants come off?
As
Let me say this. Because his prize awaits. His husband's there. Knocked out fucking cold. Okay, let's see how the pants come off.
so, as Alastor and dodges aside, avoiding to get hit with the dirt that was thrown at his face, he did end up looking down, seeing Aaron kneeing him in his torso with a good impact. But as he can just kind of be a little winded for a little bit, he does end up seeing Aaron going in with a fist first hand right in the center of his chest with a good impact, making him kind of step forward a little bit more behind him. But as he ends up seeing Aaron kind of stepping forward a little bit closer to him, as he lifts up his leg and kicks him right in the center of his chest, sending him flying not too far, but about 10 feet away from him, knocking his ass onto the ground. And you do end up falling onto the ground with a slight impact to it, but not hard enough to where you would end up feeling hurt. So,
Fill your go, Rune. You said you were going to describe how this all went down.
mm?
I said, describe how those pants come off. That was the bet.
I was getting to that because when you end up being kicked back, he did end up grabbing your belt and managed to have you be flung out of the pants as you just fall onto the ground with your underwear on.
It's fair to say that Alasdair is unconscious now, correct?
Yes, but not very long.
Okay. This is what happened. You were 4 points away from killing me.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be honest.
You wouldn't have actually killed me. You just had me go unconscious.
Yeah,
I know. But how many hit points was he at? 10?
10.
I fucking did it. Holy shit. I had to get cocky, no, didn't I? Okay, what? Tell me what happens, my dear, as we wrap this up. So I'm guessing.
And you do regain back conscious for about like 10 minutes. As you do see nobody's there watching you guys right now. As you see Aaron Kent just standing over you by the side, holding your pants and your belt. Give me this little shit-eating grin.
Their size. Okay, I lost. I know the rules. Come on.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out. He'll hold up his hand to.
He does. He accepts the help, but at the same time, as he's lifted up, he doesn't even bother looking at the pants. I know the rules from the past. I guess we get my things in the morning.
I don't give a shit about the rules. That's one thing I'll end up saying. I respect somebody wanting to have their own choices, so.
Well, I got cocky again. And we
You,
both
you
and
and
we
me
agreed
both
on
did.
and we agreed on it. I lost fair and square, and technically I cheated.
I'm not mad about it.
You can make me pay in bed. And with that, he kisses Aaron on the lips. Just taking you home.
He'll end up giving you pants back, as,
Alistair doesn't give a shit about him.
okay.
It's just like, yeah, they're were creatures. Modesty's not a thing for them.
Aaron has a bit of a habit trying to be a gentleman, so.
Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, there is no modesty for the swear jackal.
Mm-hmm.
His ass is on full view.
You been like walking around naked. Thank God I end up getting everybody to go back to their homes.
We all were creatures out there. Once we start shifting, the clothes start ripping off. There's nothing civilized about our kind. Feel lucky not everything's hanging out. I'm still wearing something,
Now, are you going to leave your rewards or not?
No. I'm gonna let you decide.
Again. Now, come on. Enough time I stop bullshitting and finally get my shit together. If you leave it up to me, I'm gonna continue beating around the damn bush.
Alrighty, sassy pants, if you're gonna end up being like that, and with that, he'll end up, like, lifting up a bit, but, again, this is, like, the first time for Alasdair to even be lifted off over his shoulders and kind of giving him a piggyback ride at this point.
All the way home.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we're going to leave it. Because we already know what happens. Door opens and he's thrown onto the bed. Fade to black. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it off like that, so hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good one.